We want to just show you how you can explore and different tips and tricks for you to try the next time you're stuck in a layout. This is coming in from Levi Jones. He's a 17-year-old designer. He's actually working at Farm Design right now, you guys.
Nice.
Yeah. I think, Levi, you're doing a couple of things here that I'd like for you to improve upon for next time, which is first, I think you used a typeface like Eurostyle or something, or an extended typeface. Optically, it just looks funny to me. It looks like you pre-stretched it, but I know you didn't. And then you've taken all the typography and you just kind of jam it into the corners. That's the thing that we're trying to avoid, okay? Well, I'll let you take it for a while, Emily.
This is kind of like the same layout as you. I just kind of moved it. I don't know what font you use, so I just chose my own font.
Of course. That's consistent.
And I noticed that this is for a church, and I'm not sure if the church has a logo or not, but this green thing right here is basically a placeholder for the church logo. I thought it'll be more helpful if we put a logo up here to just tell people who is moving, because while I was designing poster, I didn't know if this was for a store, like a coffee shop or anything. I actually noticed this church last because it was vertical and it's kind of hard to read. I thought it would be nice to show whoever's looking at this where they've moved. So I have the address down here, just very straightforward. And then on the way bottom, there's the full name of the church and also the website. I did another version, which is more graphic, and it's in your face. You're like, we moved, we moved, we moved. And on the way bottom is just all the information that is needed to tell people where they've moved.
So let's look at the one that you repeated. We move, we move, we move.
Okay.
I like this. I just think it's a little bit too rigid considering like how it's like yelling at you, we move, we move. Be more playful and kind of just offset these like it's zigzagging back and forth. If you want to do expressive typography, be expressive with it. I'm going to give Emily a little time to work on this, all right? Emily, what you got for us?
I don't know if this is what you're looking for.
I think maybe overlapping it might be a little bit too much. Let's play around with that. All right, I'm feeling it now, Emily. We have a more balanced layout that's more dynamic because she's using the entire space. But notice because of the unusual letter spacing, our eye can navigate through all that stuff. And it shows some sense of excitement. Like, we moved, you guys. And I like the introduction of the little mint dot at the bottom to kind of connect the colors. So we moved in the center is that same minty color. At the bottom, you got that little thing as a reinforcement to that. Okay, this is from Kritika Prodowski. So there's this big three-dimensional swirly thing going on here, which I don't know what that is, but it looks really cool. I like this layout a lot. So what we want to do is try one thing because it looks like it's a strong center line alignment here. So what if we just push it to the side?
If we maybe like cut a little piece of 3D stuff and put it on the left?
You're saying to duplicate it and do this with it.
Yeah, just like a little bit, maybe scale it down or just like have a little bit pure. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that? Yeah. So I'm just trying to experiment here. I've reduced this in size so that a little bit of that negative space can come in, right? So it's not cutting off the whole space. But now I feel like this piece at the top, there's just too much stuff at the top. Maybe we'll move it down to the bottom. I could easily see us adding some kind of grid element in here, some other kind of meaningless data thing. So I'm going to try and find something on the internet right now. So guys, I found something on the internet. I just typed in grid lines and I found this thing. It looks like some city plan. So I'm going to invert it, which is Command I, and then I'm going to hit screen. Okay, it might get really ugly really fast and we'll see, but it's worth trying. So maybe I have something in here like that. So I'm going to go and remove the color from it because I don't want to change the entire design here. So I'm just do Command U and hit saturation. I was looking for something very technical looking because this kind of design is that very technical, right? Industrial. And I'm going to hit G for gradient, and it's already on the circular gradient tool here, and I'm on black, so I can just get rid of this. So I'm going to drag out. And by putting gradient in here, it suggests lighting. I don't know if you guys can tell. So it's almost like a very flat thing has some kind of lighting component to it. I didn't want all this extra type because I don't want it to be more confusing.
Some people are saying that the opacity should be lower.
If you want to design it, you can get on the channel and design it, and don't tell me what to do.
Sorry.
I'm not your hands. I'm not your hands here, all right? So if you want it to be a lower opacity, why don't you try it? I'm just going to try and walk people through a few things. I think this is still looking a little predictable. So maybe I just need to break it up. Like, you know, when these things glitch out or something. I'm just going to offset these lines a little bit. I'm doing it kind of randomly here, guys. It could suck. I'm not saying this is great design, but I just want to see if I can break it up. Now that I'm looking at this, I don't like it because this is a very vertical element right here. And then this is a very vertical element. And I've added a third vertical element. Maybe it needs to be horizontal. Maybe that's what's bugging me about it. I'm not quite sure. I want to make sure when I add this over things that it's not going to make it harder to read. So this part is the part that reads. I don't like this at all. All right, that's it for me. Adam, play us out, dude.